In today's video, we're going to talk about the difference between notes and diaries and how you should take better notes. Hello to you and welcome to IA 101. I'm so glad you could join me today, and Happy New Year to you. And I hope that this new year has started off great for you so far. All right, so let's get right into the video. An important thing to understand when working as an insurance adjuster is note-taking. Note-taking will save your behind. It will keep you from being released, and it will make your life a lot easier. Now, you may have seen other videos where they say, oh, you have to take notes and you have to take a diary. Well, what's the difference between the two? A diary is a calendar reminder that's attached to your claim. What you do is you use it to prompt yourself on what needs to be done the next time you access the claim and set it for a specific date. Now, these are what you need to work every day, and you should try to complete these before the end of the day. Example, let's say you need to get a recorded statement from the insured, or you may leave yourself a diary that says, hey, did you get your date of loss bills? Did they come in yet? Now, whenever you work a diary, you set due dates on these. You can set it for however long you feel you need to let things work itself out before the due date comes. And if the due date doesn't come, then you can extend it any further. Now with this, you don't want to do this too often because the carriers and firms will be able to look at this and they'll see that, oh, so-and-so is moving the diary forward, but they're not actually working anything. They're not doing anything to it. And oftentimes that leads to people getting released as a result. Now, the beauty and curse of working as an insurance adjuster is whenever it comes to your diaries, a lot of times it's in the hands of other people. Now, if you're working hourly, it's not too bad because there is only so far that you can take the claim. But if you're working on a per claim basis, it can be a nightmare because oftentimes you'll run into situations where the field adjuster that was supposed to look after the car doesn't go to the property or vehicle at the assigned date, or something happens to the insured. But to summarize, when you're doing diaries, a lot of times it depends on the work of everybody involved, whether hourly or per claim. Now, the notes, these are your bread and butter to actually working as an insurance adjuster. Notes are what's necessary to let yourself and the carrier know what you've done. Let's say you come back to a claim after being away from it for so long. What was the last thing you did? Well, that's what the notes are there for. They would tell you what you did beforehand so that you can get a quick refresher on what needs to be done. Now, when it comes to the note-taking itself, what you got to do is that for each action that you've done, you want to notate that. Say you emailed the insured, you emailed the contractor, the repair shop, or you sent payments. You want to type those macros in there to let your supervisor know what you've done so that they can approve everything that needs to be approved. Now, the long and short of it is notes will save your behind, or CYA. And so many times, a lot of new adjusters, they get released because they don't take good notes or they don't even take notes at all. Now, here are some examples of some bad note-taking practices. Notating sensitive information. What I mean sensitive, I mean something like your social security number. You don't want to put any information like that on the notes ever. Another bad note-taking practice is being too vague in your notes. So let's say you call the insured or any other people that you need to talk to. Bad note-taking practice would be, I spoke to the insured. Well, what did you talk to them about? What did you let them know? What did they let you know? You have to be a little bit more detailed in what you talked about with them. Another bad note-taking practice is trying to transcribe everything word for word. Two problems with that. Number one, it takes too long. And number two, you might accidentally misrepresent what they've said. What you want to do is kind of make bullet point notes on what they said and what's important pertaining to the claim itself. And the last bad note-taking practice that you really want to avoid is speaking negatively against the insured. So let's say you're on the phone with the insured and they're just having a bad day and they take everything out on you. Now, you can notate that they were frustrated about a particular issue. You don't want to notate that customer was a B word. You don't want to put that down there. If they're using profanity, you can notate insured you was using profanity. That's okay. But you don't want to say, oh, this insured was being an effing B word because they called me this, that, and the other. You don't want to do that. Let's say the insured is able to successfully take the carrier to court. And by law, all the transcripts and notes that have been taken on that claim will have to be printed out. And your words can be used against the insurance company. So you want to be very careful in what you say about the insured based on either any emails or phone calls you get from them. One final thing about notes to keep in mind is that taking good notes is also common courtesy. And I say that because oftentimes you will have claims that will be reassigned to you. And if you have any claims that are reassigned to you, oftentimes you will get claims from insurers that were released that took bad notes. In addition to having more work, you have to sift through all of the notes that they've taken and see what they've done. And a lot of times they either forgot to note take what they've done or they were very vague in their notes. And one such example of bad note taking from a transfer claim, I called the insurer to try to catch up on what's happened. That in and of itself can be very annoying because the insurer will have to repeat themselves. In addition to that, there could also be a time where you say something that you're not supposed to say, and the insurer can react to that. Let's say you're speaking to an insurer's wife, and you talk about the insured. The person you're speaking to is crying. The last person that was in charge of the claim didn't write, "Don't talk about the husband because he died in the car crash." That's just an example. And oftentimes there will be moments where you do get a claim and you're working it and you can't work it because it's too complex or anything else. If you take good notes and it goes over to the person that needs to work it, then they can say, "Oh, okay, so-and-so did this, that, and the other." They take really good notes. Again, it's just a common courtesy thing. Here's my question for you. If you worked any claims and you had to deal with really bad notes, what were some of the worst notes you've ever gotten? Leave a comment down below. For that, I have to say thank you so very much for taking the time to watch this, and so that you can get better in insurance adjusting. And I hope this helps you out whenever you work your next deployment and you have to either take down your notes and write down good diaries. Thank you for sitting up and watching this. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next video.